Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing these airbrush heart eyes. They are inspired by a very talented creator named Stins. She did this a couple years ago because I know I first recreated this in 2021. So shout out to Stins. Make sure you give her a follow. Go check out her work. She does a lot of amazing things. She's the first person I saw do these airbrush hearts. And we are going to get right into the video today. If you learn anything along the way, if you love Valentine's Day as much as I do, y'all know I love Valentine's Day, give this video a like and subscribe to, stick along. You can do it throughout the video. You know what I mean? I'm just setting a preface that if you like the video, if you learn anything throughout the video, here is your warning. Do your eyes before your makeup with this look because there will be a lot of fallout. I'll explain that more in the video. But yes, don't do your entire face and then try to do these eyes. Do your eyes, then your face, and let's get right into it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do half pink, half red. Let's see. We're gonna go into the Colored Rain Pretty Chic palette and go into this pink shade here, which is no stranger to this channel, especially with the amount of pink looks I did last year. I use this palette a lot and it's black owned, so happy Black History Month. I'm going to be going in with this BH blending brush that y'all know does not have a name. Still looking for help naming it because we should call it something, but you can just go with any fluffy blending brush. I'm going to start at the inner corner. So your inner corner is where your tear duct is. I'm going to start at the inner corner. And I'm going to work that all the way up to the brow bone. And the brow bone is where your eyebrow is. So I'm working it all the way up because we're going to blend underneath it to add more definition. But this is going to be our transition shade. And I'm going to go about halfway on the eye. So then I'm going to do pink, half red. That is the plan. And I'm using circular motions as I blend. Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to be taking a Morphe M433, and I'm going to go in with this hot pink shade, Sweetheart, and just a smidgen of Daydream. Well, I forgot how pigmented that eyeshadow is. And I'm blending right underneath that light pink in the crease. Where is your crease? When you look up, that folds, that's your crease. Now creases come in different shapes and sizes. It may look different on you. Your crease may be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. But if you want a guideline, definitive guideline, you can go halfway between your brow and your lash line, which is where your eyelashes are. That will give you a good place for your crease, which is halfway in between. So we're going right here and blending. Now the reason for a transition shade, that first shade that we went in with, and I'm going to go ahead and take some more of that light pink and blend now, but the reason for a transition shade is this is going to transition us from the brow to the darker shade. This is usually the lightest shade that you use to blend. You add darker colors as you go down the eye, so you're going to be adding more contrast, more definition as we get closer to the crease. And in this eyeshadow look, since we are going to be doing airbrush hearts, we do want to concentrate those darker colors a little bit more than we may want to in any sort of other eye look. Like, it's very important because we're going to need some definition, some contrast for the hearts on top of them. Okay, now I'm going to use this Colored Rain brush. They just came out with brushes, or I just received the brushes and I'm really excited about them. This is the mini pointed blending brush. So also as you go down the eye, if you watch my videos before, I've talked about this before, and you can just, lip sync the words on with me. But as you go down the eye, the brushes are going to get thinner. So starting out with the transition shade, that's the shade that we use closest to the brow bone. This is going to be the widest, and the brush bristles are going to become more densely packed, closer together, meaning that the brush is skinnier. So as we go down, you can see this one is going to be the skinniest, or the brush bristles are the most densely packed as we go down, because when the brush bristles are densely packed like this, that really concentrates the color on. Even if I did one eyeshadow look, which I have a one eyeshadow tutorial, so go check that out, where I use one eyeshadow to do the entire eyeshadow look. Changing the brushes will give it a different look, a different finish based on how densely packed the bristles are. So if I use a brush that's completely densely packed or thinner like this, that's going to concentrate that color very heavily. And the less densely packed brush, or the wider brush, the fluffier brush, will diffuse it more. So just a quick little brush 101 is still coming. I told y'all, they keep discontinuing all my favorite brushes. Also, I need to clean my brushes. Brush cleaning video coming soon too. Because if y'all saw this desk right now, back to the plot. I'm going to be going into shade Daydream here. I'm going to be going closest to the tear duct, right on into the crease, and a little bit underneath it in this shade. Okay. And as you can see, comparing this eye to this eye is more definition. It's more defined because we're adding that darker shade, which is really going to accentuate the shape of the eye. And it's also going to be good for when we add the airbrush hearts on top, because they're going to need a dark base to stand out on and to contrast with the light. And since we're going to be doing the hearts today, I'm going to just add this to the lid. And you'll see once I get down to the lid, I don't swipe. I just pat and make it nice and heavy. And also to not disturb the eyeshadow primer on the eyes. I did not tell you what I primed my eyes with. I used the ABH primer per always. My eyeshadow is starting to have fallout underneath the eyes. I'm going to just wipe it away and fix it afterwards, but I wanted to do my face first because it just looks best when I do these eyeshadow tutorials. In the beginning of the video, I told you to do your eyeshadow, then your face. So this is just a reminder. But this is why. That is why. Now I'm just going to go back through with my 3 brushes in my 3 shades and blend them out. In eyeshadow, in makeup, you never just blend an eyeshadow one time. Even if, you know, you're a pro. I know some beginners watch, well, a lot of beginners watch my videos. Shout out y'all. And that's who I make a lot of videos for. And you may feel like, oh my gosh, like I just have to keep blending. Like mine does not look good on the first blend. That's not how it's designed, okay? Even the most experienced people go back and blend over and over and over again. And honestly, I would say that that is a marker of experience. Knowing that you can't just place an eyeshadow once, you're not going to get your best work. Then you got to put that blend in and really make the colors harmonize. I think the pink blend is good for now. Let's start on the red side, and then guess what's going to come next? It's blending. Blending is going to come next. Okay, so I'm just going to blend these out. Nice. Okay, so on the red side, I'm not going to start with transition shade just because I want to see how these reds blend out first, because sometimes reds blend out to pinks, sometimes they blend out orange. We're just going to see, right? First things first, I'm going to be taking this Morphe M433. I'm going to go into this Sugar Pill eyeshadow single, and I think this, yeah, Love Plus. It's called Love Plus. One of my favorite red eyeshadows of all time. I may do a single eyeshadow look just with the red eyeshadow. Let me know if you're interested in that. Really simple Valentine's Day look, or any time of year where you want to wear red. In other news, I'm going to be taking this Morphe M433, and I'm going to go into the outer corner. The outer corner is opposite of the inner corner. So your inner corner is where your tear duct is. The outer corner is where we will put winged liner. So this is your outer corner here. And I'm going to start in the crease, blending in circular motions. And I may blend this red out with the pink. We will see in a second. Reds are just tricky sometimes, because sometimes they just blend out really, really red, like true red. Sometimes they blend out really orange. Sometimes they blend out really pink. So I just want to see how this eyeshadow will blend out. It's one of my favorites, but I haven't used it by itself in a little while. And we are blending this all the way out. Boom. Now I'm going to be taking this Morphe M456, once again a denser brush. It's also a dirty brush. Just just relax. You know what I mean? Just chill with me, right? So I'm going to be going into this shade Nightfall from the Colored Rain Sunset Chic. So they have multiple six eyeshadows, and they have different. This is like the chic line. This one's pretty chic. This one's sunset chic. And I'm going to be going into this brick shade here called Nightfall. I'm going to tap it off. It's going to get some of that excess off and help me with the fallout underneath my eyes. And as you can see, it's adding definition. Look at this eye compared to this eye. Now we need to deal with this. I think I'm going to go with a little bit of that light pink, okay? It's Valentine's Day. It works. We can spread the love. I'm going to go in with that light pink over here to blend out that red. I think it will also make the eye look very harmonious. Like, we obviously have pink and red, but the colors of the holly are pink and red, so I think it will work out. Now, if I really wanted to do like a true split eye, like, I would probably blend it out with maybe orange or white, but I think that this will work in our favor. Blending. Using that same BH Cosmetics brush from before. Time to go back in and blend. We don't want that red to get lost, so I'm making sure I blend that nice and good on this outer corner. This is essentially our middle shade on this side of the eye. I'm going to be adding that red right to the lid. And I'm really going with that dark red. Now I'm just going to go back in. So I'm going back in with that pink and blending out the halfway point as well as the crease. This is very nice. I have not done a colorful eyeshadow look since last year. I only put on lashes one time since last year. It's February now. I've only put on lashes once since my Alabama month away. I mean, while I was on my month away, I did it. But when I got back home, I still have stuff in like the Ziploc bags that I pack and do my makeup with. I'm excited to be here. And now the cool things about reds, pinks, oranges, and the sorts is you can bring it all the way down and out. Why? Because we're gonna blend this into the blush. I feel like that makes the face look super seamless and intentional. So I'm adding a little bit of that red, that pink, and I'm blending out this outer corner and I'm blending it on down. After I clean up my under eye, I'll probably go back in and add some more blush. Boom. All right, I'm getting the shades nice and high on the eye. If this was a cut crease, I probably wouldn't be taking these bold shades so high. Hopefully you have seen my other cut crease videos and you know what I'm referring to. Usually I wouldn't take the boldest shades so high, but you're going to really need that contrast to have those hearts stand out and the white to contrast with the hearts. I have not done this look since last year Valentine's Day. So I'm really excited. Okay, so we're gonna be taking a craft brush and I'm going to be taking, this is a Royal & Langnickel 2-3 brush and it looks like this. You can also use makeup brushes if they are this small. Now this is a little bit bigger than the crease brushes I use, and I mean the bristles are longer. The reason why is because you want something that is long enough to get those heart strokes right there, right? So you don't want something that's too tiny, because that's just going to be a lot of work because you have to do more and more strokes to get that whole heart shape. So something a little bit longer. However, I'm not using something that's this long because when the brushes get longer, for me, in my opinion, it's harder to control where they're going. I know some people prefer the longer bristles because then it helps them with their eyeliner and their eye graphic eye things like this. It doesn't help me. So I'm going to be using something a little bit longer than my crease brush, but not super, super long. Now I'm going to be going back into that ABH eye primer. I put it on the back of my hand. That's the easiest way to do this, because if you take the eyeshadow primer and squeeze it right onto the brush, you're losing control because it's going to put out more than what the brush can handle, first of all. And then using too much product in this sort of eyeshadow look and any sort of thing where you do a cut crease or eye design, it's going to make it move. And you don't want wet products moving around on your eye unless it's a glossy eye. But even then, you don't want it to be moving because that means it's going to smear. You'll be using the back of your hand, kind of like your painter's palette, and dipping into it as needed. So I'm going to be taking my Royal Inlaying Nickel brush. I'm going to be applying some primer, and I'm going to just start landscaping, right? So that's my favorite way to do this, especially with eyeliner. If you see my eyeliner 101 video, I kind of say the same thing. Eyeliner, eye designs, you know, these sort of things. I like to just go straight for it and mess up quickly if I'm messing up. I recently had a makeup class, and I told them you need to approach makeup with confidence, because if you don't, it can sense it. So this is the same sort of thing. I'm going to go in and just kind of figure out where I want to put the hearts first. So that's my first thing. Where do I want to put the hearts? And kind of just landscaping them out. They could look a little bit rough. We'll fix them later. For the heart, I'm really just making a V. So don't overthink the heart where you have to go ooh, ooh, and then no. I'm really just making a V and then curving it out. See, there's your V. And then I'm just carving out a little bit at the top. Now this one's a little wide on this side. Do you know what that means? We're not gonna throw up, maybe panic. We're gonna make it wide on that side too. Boom. Take that mirror in your hand. This is from an ABH collab. Take that mirror in your hand with some confidence as you apply these hearts. And that's what it's going to be, okay? So I think I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 on each eye. My only thing is I try to keep them symmetrical because otherwise it's going to look crazy in pictures. So you got to go inner corner. You got to go inner corner. Don't worry about, oh, I feel like I need more hearts, but there's not enough space for a heart, but it's still too much open space on the eye, because we will add dots and filler through. That's what really brings the eye together, in my opinion. I'm going above the crease, not too much on the crease. This one is kind of on there, but not too much, because at the crease, you're opening and closing your eye, and I just don't even want to deal with those problems. Here, going in with that V. I'm turning it to the side because I want this one to be a little bit wider to kind of take up that space. And don't worry about them not looking super sharp, because we will sharpen them at the end. See, that one's kind of messy. We'll clean it up later. Do I want another one? Dag nabbit, why not? We're gonna put this one right on the outer corner. Go to our V. And then we're curving it out. I kind of like that right there. Boom. See? Boom. Comment down below if you think that this was easier than you thought it was going to be or harder than you thought it was going to be. I feel like anytime with heart designs or drawing prints on your eye, you feel like it's going to be harder because you think you have to do it perfect. No, you do it how you do it and then you clean it up, and that's what makes it look so precise and so nice. So now I'm going to be going into the Beauty Bay Bright 2.0 palette. I'm going to be going into this white shade here called Sneakers. We're going to be using the white eyeshadow in the same way. If you've watched my cloud eyeshadow tutorial, the same exact way. The white eyeshadow is going to mattify the primer so that it's not slipping and sliding everywhere. It's also going to add that contrast and make the white really stand out against the red underneath. Adding the white on top of the red underneath will really make the hearts pop and look sharp. So I'm going to be taking the same brush here, and I'm going to be adding white all over these hearts. Like I said before, if I go outside the lines, I'm not tripping because we will clean the outside edges up. Within reason, of course. Like, don't just be dragging white all over your eye. But because cleaning up process, I will say doing something the more precise the first time will make for less of a cleaning up process. However, I don't want you to stress. There's really not much in makeup that you can do and mess up so bad that you can't fix. Or just start over. The only thing that I'm like, okay, no, you really like, the stakes are high is eyeliner. I mean, not eyeliner, eyelashes. That's it. I'm going to add a little bit more primer to this side because I feel like this is just not even. And then I think I just added too much to that side. See, watch this, watch this. I'm going to add a little bit more to this side. No biggie, guys. Yeah, if you cut your eyelashes the wrong way, then like you're kind of toast because you cut them, and yeah, the band is like, once you cut it, you cut it. But other than that, you're pretty good if you make a mistake in makeup. Even if you completely like just get white primer all over this, you can always wipe it off and start over. I was explaining this in my lipstick class that I did live too, and the vlog will be up. I don't know if it'll be up before this or right after this, but I was saying, you know, if you mess up, somebody was saying like, what if I mess up? I'm like, if you mess up, you can try to, especially if you mess up on something that's symmetrical, you can just try to make the other side the same. Like, just like I went too high on one side of the heart and I just made the other side that high. You always do that. You can try to save it, but also just don't even sweat starting over. There are many times where I just start over. You have to know when to hold and when to fold them, right? So if you do an eyeshadow look and you're like, okay, this is not working, and the amount of time it's going to take me to fix all of this, I could just start over with a fresh clean canvas. Do that. That's simple. There's so many times if you watch my reels on Instagram, you see me stop, wipe it completely off, and start over. Because sometimes it's just kind of like chopped. I can make up to chopped a lot because you are dealing with a whole bunch of things that could go wrong. And sometimes if you ever watch Chopped, which is a show on the Food Network, they also have it on Hulu. If you don't know what I'm talking about. If you ever watch Chopped, sometimes they make a dish and the dish starts going wrong and they completely scrap it because it'll take less time to completely scrap it than to try to fix what they're trying to do. They completely scrap it and then they move on. It's that simple, man. I'm going to be taking a fluffy brush, any fluffy brush, honestly, and just wiping off that white fallout because it can get a little bit fallouty on the eyes. Okay, so now that the white is applied, we're going to add the color in between to give that airbrush effect. This is where that comes in. So I'm going to be taking the same brush. Actually, if you have another brush, you can use another brush. I'm going to use another brush because I need to do the other eye, and keeping this white will be very helpful. So I'm going to be taking, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Swish brush. Just a small brush, and this one is rounder because I'm just going to be getting into the middle of the heart. And I'm going to start with the pink hearts because it's easier to go from pink to red than red to pink, just in terms of using the same brush. I'm going to be taking shade Sweetheart and a little bit of that shade Secret Admirer, so these light pinks here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the center of the heart, right? So I'm going to be going here. Actually, this one is kind of half in the middle of the pink, half in the middle of the red. So I'm going to add half over there and a little bit over here. taking that light pink shade, this is going to help me to blend it out. Here as well. You may need to go in and make your heart a little bit bigger. I will admit, I forgot about this step when I made my heart so nice, small, dainty, and petite. So I'm going to just add a little bit more white on this side of the eye, a little lopsided. Then I'm going to, after adding the primer, I'm going to be adding a little bit of white eyeshadow. Cool. Now I'm going to go in with that pink. Wiping some of the eyeshadow off because it is pigmented. And feeling a little bit more of that white in. You have a little bit of pink. All right, now let's do the red side. I'm going into that red eyeshadow, and I'm just going to add a little bit of red here. The red is working so much better. I think it's the size of the hearts. I think if they're a little bit big, see, like this right here, this is going to be too small. Let's see. Okay. If they're smaller, you should be more delicate and use a different sort of hand for them. You can add some more for dramatic effect. And now I'm just going to kind of pat these down to get that airbrushed effect. It is not a smear, but it's kind of smeary. And then I'm going to add the other side to this heart and make that red, because I'm a stickler for details like that. I gave Stens a shout out at the beginning of this video, but I have to give another because that's where I started doing this eyeshadow look, and I absolutely live for it. I've done it in purple. I've done it in all red, and I've probably done another time that I can't even think of. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Okay, now what we're going to do, just like with the regular eyeshadow, you're going to go in and we're going to blend Diana. Okay. You're blending out those edges, making sure they're nice and white. So now I'm going to take another small brush. You can use the same brush that you've been using this entire time. You don't need a whole bunch of different brushes for this eyeshadow look. I'm only using them because I want to keep that white brush nice and white for when I do this other side off camera. So this is a Morphe 2500. And I'm going to start cleaning up the edges. So we're going to start in those shades Sweetheart and Daydream. And I'm going to go on the parts where the white is covering the color underneath, and also on the edges with a super light hand. The cool thing about white eyeshadow is if it gets anywhere, you can really overtake it super easily. And then I'm going to go in with that dark red shade as well and hit the corners, especially on this one because it's on the outside corner, hitting the edges of the parts. This is what I was telling y'all, don't trip if the white got everywhere, because we're going to clean it up and make it look super precise with this step right here. Nice. We found a white eyeliner. This is UZ opening liner, and this is their shade 1AJ. And I'm just gonna add a few dots. It's hard to get it circular when it's such a fine point. Like, I need a big dot. It's so hard to get it right there. Boom. Okay, you see how the dots kind of just like open it up, made it a whole new ball game? I'm gonna put something back in my hand and just swipe it off of there. Yes, exactly. You could even do this. I'm nervous because every time I draw the shape, it just becomes a mess. But you know, one of these little twinkle twinkle things, you even add one of those. Now that's hot. Now that's probably the best I've ever done, that little shape right there. It always gives me hell. And I need to get the brush wetter. And just like the other white eyeshadow stuff that we've done today, I can always just go around and clean this up if I would like to. Oh no, it's starting to curve. So I'm going to do the other eye, and then we'll come back for the waterline, the lower lash line, and the sorts. Okay, so now we're back. This eye is completely done. I'm going to quickly do my waterline. If you want to know more about the waterline, what colors go in it, what products to use in it, what's safe, check my Waterline 101 video. Today I'm going to be taking this Craft Smart brush, this Zero Craft Smart brush, and the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And I'm going to just be going along the waterline. The most important thing is that you don't want to stick the brush this way. People always say, oh, the waterline is so scary. I don't know how you do that. Anything is scary looking at you just like this. Yeah. Of course you're scared. You should be scared. But when you turn it this way, you really take away that fear factor. You feel me? Going parallel to the eye, not perpendicular. Put out those 3rd and 4th grade math terms that you never thought you were going to hear ever again. Cool. Now, fun thing about doing pinks and reds is that it really can just blend to the blush. So I don't have to be so precise when I go onto this lower lash line. I'm going to start with that red. I'm just using this flat brush here. I know this doesn't have a name. And I'm going to just apply that to the lower lash line. Where's your lower lash line? Where your lashes are on the bottom. You have upper lashes and bottom lashes. So this is your lower lash line here. I'm going to apply that there. And then I'm just going on that same brush on the other side. I'm going to take that pink and put it there. Once that is all set up, I'm taking those brushes that I used to blend earlier, and I'm just going to blend this out and down. We're blending this into the blush. We can get very, very dramatic. Not only can we get very dramatic, we should get very dramatic. Happy Valentine's Day. Y'all know this is my favorite holiday other than August 8th, my birthday. So, yeah. I'm very excited for Valentine's Day. I didn't get to do as many looks as possible because I was putting together the master class, and then it's got a lot going on in motion for you guys, and also some side quests. So I didn't get to do as many looks as I wanted to this year, but February is still going. As it slows up for me and I get a little bit of time, I can do some more Black History looks with all Black owned products. Yes, indeed. I'm taking that light pink and I'm just blending that out. Once I've done that, I'm going to take, this is a Made by Mitchell blush brush, going into that pink and that light pink from before, and I'm literally going to just take those exact eyeshadows. This is how you get a really good match, by the way. And I'm going to add that to the cheeks and to the side of the face. I'm blending it up to the temples because that's usually where I put blush anyway. And I'm going to go super hard on the nose because I think that is just so darling. And why not, right? I'm going to blend this out with my contour so it doesn't look so rough. But yes, I'm going to quickly go add lashes and lips. I think I'm going to be doing a pink lip today. I may be putting a tutorial up. If it is up, I'll link it in the cards above. If not, then I'll just go with a new lip, and I'll also link that above. I forgot one thing. I'm going to add a little bit of white here just to break up all of that color in underneath the tear duct. I do not like too much color, like bold color, right here in this area because I feel like it just changes the whole shape of the eye. So I'm just adding a little bit of white there to open the eye up and give it a little bit of reprieve from the dramatic red and the pink. So now I'm going to go add lashes. If you want to know how to add lashes, I have a video on that, on how to apply lashes and do my lips. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a pink lip or a nude lip. If you want to know how to do my nude lips, it'll show up in the cards above. And I think I'm going to do a a pink lip tutorial for this lip. So I'll be right back. I'm going to add my lips and lashes, and then we will get on with it. Okay, team, so here is the final look. I did my lips in another video, so if you want to check that video out, cards, thank you so much for watching this eyeshadow video. I need to get into creating more creative makeup eye look tutorial. That's a long way to say I need to do some more videos on creative eyeshadow styles. I've taken a lot of last year to make some foundationals. Really, the word that I meant when I named it makeup foundations was fundamentals, but now we're just rolling with it. Makeup fundamental videos, so how to do a half cut crease, how to do a wing cut crease, how to do one eyeshadow looks, how to do a smoky eye, things like that. I've done a lot of the fundamentals, and now I'm starting to play around more and show y'all more of these intricate looks. Let me know down below what you want to see next. It could be Valentine's Day or other related. I hope you all have a fantastic Valentine's Day. It is the best holiday. If you try out these eyes, this lip, or what have you, please tag me. And if you try these eyes out, please tag me and Stins, who is the creator of this eye look. I love to see y'all recreations on the socials. I'm on all the socials at Raggedy Royal, just like it is spelled here, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you want to see more looks of mine or more of my day-to-day life, I do a lot of stuff. I have a whole bucket list series on TikTok where I try different foods, activities, cuisines. I go to different places. I do different challenges. It's a whole thing. And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye.